Assalamu alaikum and hello everyone, welcome to the Parallel X Academia. As usual, I am Mohammad Sabir Manakish in front of you. Okay, today we will be learning about the states of matter. This is the second chapter from the chemistry book of class 9. So in this class we will be discussing about the states of matter. Let's get started. The first question that comes to our mind when we talk about the states of matter is, what is matter? Well, a matter is a physical entity that has mass and it occupies spaces. So we are seeing that here. What is matter? Matter is a physical entity. Physical entity means that has a physical shape or size or something like this that we can feel. All right, and has mass. It has mass and it occupies spaces. So it occupies spaces. So matter is such a thing that has a mass, okay, and that occupies spaces. So if anything, you can see, if anything has these two characteristics, that is, one is it has mass and it occupies physical and it occupies spaces, then we can say that this is a matter. Now, so how many states of matter are there? For now, let's just know that there are three states of matter. That is, first one is solid, second one is liquid, and the third one is gaseous. There is also a state of matter which is known as the plasma state. For now, let's just know about these three types of states. This is the solid state, liquid state, and the gaseous state. So what we get here: solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. And I think that what should be the example of matter? For example, we can say that these examples will be everything, okay? Everything that we can see around us, that we can feel. Everything that we can see around us and which we can feel, and that has a physical entity, okay? For example, let's you see this is a marker, okay? So this has a mass and we can feel it, and this has a physical entity, and if we keep it in one place, look, this is my hand. If we just keep the marker here, so it occupies some spaces from this hand, isn't it? So we can say that this is a matter. Like this, even different kinds of liquids, for example, water, oil, and different these things. These all, we can say that these all things are matter. And a question may arise on your mind, that is here matter or not? Yes, here is also matter. So we can say the examples will be marker, chair, table, etc. Okay, these are this is what we call. So we came to know from the definition of matter, that is, number one, that it occupies spaces, number two. So for example, let's talk about this marker. So what we can say is, marker is a matter. Obviously it is. So as it has, for example, marker, does marker occupy any spaces if it is kept on anything? Yes, it does. And does it has a mass, or does it has a physical entity? Yes, it has a physical entity. So you can say that marker is a matter. Then number two, let's talk about water. Okay, let's talk about water. Does water occupy the space if it is kept on anything? Yes, it does. And does it has a mass, or does it has an entity? Can we feel this water? Yes, we can feel this. So this is also matter. Then let's talk about air. So let's talk about the air. So does the air, you see air, can you see air around us? No, we cannot see that. What do we see then? We can just feel the air, okay? So next is the air. So does the air occupy any spaces? For example, and now you have a balloon, okay? You want to blow up this balloon. What actually happens here? The air from the outside of the balloon goes into the balloon, and the balloon blows up. This results in the blow of the balloon. So in the balloon, the air is occupying some spaces isn't it? Yes, it is occupying some spaces. So you can say that a year, it also occupies space. So this is 2, and it has mass and it has entity. So we can feel this year, right? We can feel this year. So if we just blow your hand like this, so what you see? So don't you feel anything? Yeah, you can feel the air, right? So you can say that it has entity. So this is also matter. That's it. Now let's go to the next section. Next we'll be talking about different types of matter. So we came to know about what is matter. Now let's see what are the types of matter, what are the states of matter. Okay, so matter generally can be classified into 3 types. Okay, number 1 is solid, number 2 is liquid, and number 3 is gaseous. There is also another state of matter which is known as the plasma state of matter. Okay, so you'll be learning about this in the upper class. When you just grow up, then you'll know about this plasma state. For now, let's just stick to this solid, liquid, and gaseous state. Solid. What is solid? So for what characteristics we can say that a matter is solid, and for what characteristics we can say that a matter is liquid, and for what characteristics we can say that a matter is gaseous. Now let's see what are these things for which we can classify them into solid, liquid, and gaseous state. So number 1 is for solid. It has, for solid, the first characteristics that it has a fixed volume. Number two is fixed mass. Number 3 is fixed shape. If anything has a fixed volume, a fixed mass, and a fixed shape, we can say that it's a solid. For example, this is a marker. So we can take another example. This is a mouse. Okay, so a mouse has a fixed volume. You know what is volume? I think you all know that what a volume is. It is a fixed volume. We cannot change the volume of it unless we exert any external pressure, right? Yes, we cannot change the volume of it unless we exert any external pressure. It has a fixed volume and it has a definite mass. Its mass cannot be changed, and it has a definite shape. You see this thing, this mouse, this has a definite shape. Okay, we cannot just change its shape without applying any force on it. So we can say a mouse is a solid. Okay, a marker is a solid, liquid, or gaseous? Tell me. Yes, this is solid. A marker is a solid. Now let's go to the liquid state of matter. So for liquid state of matter, it has a fixed volume and fixed mass, but it do not have any fixed shape. So a liquid has a fixed volume, a fixed mass, but do not have a fixed shape. Why it doesn't have any fixed shape? Because if you take a glass of water, okay, then pour it onto another cup, so it takes the shape of the cup. And if you from that cup, if you take this water to another thing that has a different shape from this, so it will take that shape. So here is a glass of water. Okay, here's a glass of water. Now it has, its mass is fixed, and its shape, its volume, fixed volume. For why it has a fixed volume? Because it will take the shape of the container in which it is kept. So if the container has a, this is a, let's say this is a container, so this has a volume of for example 0.5 liter. Okay, this is the volume 0.5 liter, then the volume will be 0.5 liter, but it doesn't have any fixed shape, because if you take this 0.5 liter of this liquid to another shape, this is a box, and you just pour this liquid from here. Okay, you just pour this liquid here, and it is here, so it will take the shape of this box. So here it's like a cylindrical, it's in a cylindrical form, but here it will be in a cubic form or rectangular form. So that's how it differs. So the volume and the shape of doesn't have a fixed. So a liquid doesn't have a fixed shape. For example, liquid means we can say that a liquid can be water, wall, etc. Okay, these all things, these are called liquid. And solid, we already discussed about what a solid is. So now let's talk about gaseous state. So does gas have a fixed shape? No, the answer is no. Gases do not have fixed shape. No fixed shape. Then number 3 is, does it have a specific mass or it have a fixed mass? Yes, it has a fixed mass. So you might be wondering about why gases do not have any fixed volume. Well, you know that. If you just take an example, for example, you probably all have seen a cylinder, right? And most of you have cylinders in your home. So a cylinder is something like this. Okay. For example, this is a gas cylinder. Alright? This is a gas cylinder. Gases are being, different kinds of gases, we see that these gases are being compressed in a cylinder. Now, if you want to compress any gas into this cylinder, it will take the whole shape of the cylinder and it will take the whole volume of the cylinder, okay? And let's assume that this cylinder has a volume of 22.4 liter, okay? And you have another, say you have another box or another cylinder whose volume is 1 liter. You have another box or bottle or anything, its volume is 1 liter. It's filled with hydrogen gas, H2 gas, or any other gas. Okay, it's filled with 1 liter of hydrogen gas or any other gas. How we determine that it has a 1 liter of gas? Because the volume of this container is 1 liter. Therefore, we are assuming that the gas has a volume of 1 liter. Okay. Now, if we take this gas and if you want to fill this cylinder with this gas, then but this cylinder has a volume of 22.4 liter. I take the whole space and it will have a cylinder, and its space will be it will fill up the whole space. Okay. That's the reason we cannot say that a gas has any volume. We can say that gases do not have any fixed volume. It takes the shape of the container in which it is kept, and it takes the volume of the container in which it is kept.